All right, folks, welcome back to In Addition. In this video that I found, which I found very interesting, is an individual that calls into the Jesse Lee Peterson show and tells him that she feels that the government should apologize for slavery. I'm going to let you check it out, and then I'm going to come back and react to it. Check it out.
I grew up with my grandparents, so listening to you is like listening to them. Because y'all have this, that mentality, y'all generation is lost. And because I'm younger, I still have that, and I feel like I can hand the torch down because there was a lot of people who weren't able to hand the torch down.
You said that our generation lost or the younger generation's lost?
Your generation's traditions are lost.
Yeah, absolutely.
If there's nobody else that's younger or nobody else to hand the baton down, eventually it's going to be a myth. Like our stories and stuff is going to be a myth.
Yeah.
You know, and these children these days, I feel like, because, and I'm going to be honest, we don't need an apology, but we need an apology. I feel like the certain entities could have just done, whether it be genuine or not, just done a genuine apology for slavery just for once. And I really think Donald Trump might do that just to make everybody upset, like on his last day of office. But I feel like because that didn't happen, that rage and people don't know how to get rid of their anger, and it just grew up. And like you said, evil comes from the mother because they haven't been born of the father. So I feel like this generation, these, the sins of the father can come to the children. You know what I mean? And I think that's what has happened.
Are you saying that America needs to apologize to the blacks about slavery?
I'm saying that I want to start an organization, and I have this passion, and
But what do you said about something about an apology?
Oh, I was just I think that because it wasn't addressed, just speaking to a lot of our people, they are not educated a lot. And I think
Tiffany,
that's how...
hold for me. Let me take a quick break. Back in a moment. I want to go quickly back to Tiffany. And Tiffany.
Can you hear me, Beth? Yes.
All right. You want to help the community, but you also said that you believe that America should apologize to the blacks for slavery, and that you believe that Donald Trump might do that near the end of his term.
When I said that, I was meaning that black people are hurt, and a lot of us have gotten over that.
Right.
That's why we listen to you.
Right.
And we know what to do, okay? We figured it out. But some of them don't know even that you exist or even know that it is something to do.
Right.
So all they do is have this hurt. And sometimes all you need is an apology. You know what I mean? And not to say that because everybody been through stuff. We're not the only ones that went through slavery.
Right.
Ours was peculiar, but every country went through slavery. But we don't know about that. We think it was just us.
And so you believe that if President Trump or any president apologize to the blacks for slavery, you believe what will happen?
I believe that, he, of course, say in more context, maybe more detail, more emotion, something like that. I think that it will, and it may not, but I really think that people on that side, just all they see is black and white, and they just want to feel just.
And so you believe what will happen?
I believe that it'll make them be able to come to the table to have a conversation, at least.
About what?
About getting together and trying to help each other.
Oh, I see.
And so, like, you see what I mean?
Yeah.
So we can't.
But
we
Tiffany,
can't help
I can
each other.
promise you this.
Okay.
If President Trump, the Biden, Barack Obama, George Bush, Bill Clinton, Ronald Reagan, if they all came out at the same time to tell the blacks, I'm sorry, however they said, like you said, whatever they said, it would not change one heart. It would not help the blacks. They will only get worse instead of getting better. That will not change anything. I
You don't think
promise you that.
So you don't think that, not all, but most. Do you think that it will help some of them?
Not one. Not one.
And why is that?
I'm sorry?
Why is that?
Because all of our hearts are wicked, meaning all people. The heart is evil. And the only thing that will change the heart is to admit that you're evil, and the spirit of truth will change the heart. Nothing else will change it. Nobody
and that's what I
else.
mean.
But if they all said that, if they said they're sorry for slavery, that's not going to change the black's heart at all. And then they'll say, well, now you owe us reparation. You've admitted.
All right, so as you can see, Jesse comes back and he says to her, he asks her, so you said something about apologies. What is it that you expect to happen if a president, the government, apologizes for slavery? And she goes, she kind of explains herself, breaks it all down on what she feels, how this would help. She says at the end, she finally says, she feels that this will bring those individuals to the table to talk. And then finally, Jesse just tells her, you know what? This will never work. He says he names like 4 or 5 presidents. He names Trump, Obama, Bush, Reagan. He said you could have all these presidents come out at the same time and apologize for slavery. And he said this will not change anybody's heart. And then he goes down to break down in reference to as far as like the heart is evil. People like that think like that are evil, and the heart is evil and all. So, they kind of both go into like a spiritual thing, because then she talks about love and all this stuff. But then there's one thing that he tells her at the very end, which is he says, no matter what, if this happens, if the government, a president comes out and apologizes for slavery, it won't change anything, because you know what? Then what they'll say is, well, now you owe us reparations because you admitted it. All right. So the next video I'm going to show you, which follows this, which is further proof as to what Jesse is saying, that you can't apologize because they're just going to want more. Right. This video that I'm going to show you is further proof to what he says, which is an individual that's sitting in like a council session or like a town hall where citizens can come up and express their thoughts and feelings and stuff like that. And listen to what he says.
We need a bill for the cash payments. We need a bill for the checks. Okay? We don't want to hear it's too hard. Somebody don't like it. The government don't like it. We got to work piece by piece. No. Our people are dying on the streets right now. As I was telling the family, nobody can eat no apologies. Nobody's paying their rent with no apologies. Ain't nobody buying no groceries with no apologies. Nobody's coming out of prison with no apologies. Ain't nobody coming off the street from being unhoused with no apologies. An apology is bullshit.
All right, so as you can see, the first thing he starts off with is we want cash/check payments, right? We don't want to hear that it's hard. Nobody can eat on apologies. Nobody can pay their rent on apologies. Nobody can do grocery shopping on apologies. And then finally, what's the last thing that he says? Apologies are bullshit. You see what I'm saying, folks? And you see what Jesse's saying? It doesn't matter what you do. Once they ask for that one thing, you give it to them, they're just going to add something else to the list. And there's a lot of people out there that feel this way. There's a lot of people out there that think the way this individual thinks. All right. And there's a lot of people out there that no matter what you give them, they're always going to want more. All right. So with that said, follow, subscribe, like, share wherever you're watching this at, and I'll see you in addition.